Hi, my name's Heather Connor. I was a combat medic for 12 years, served in Iraq and in many different states in the U.S. I worked with a forward surgical team. I worked as a medic for artillery and in a hospital sometimes.
My name is Samuel Malone. I'm a member of the U.S. Navy Reserves. Been in for 12 years, still continue to serve.
My name is Michael Fix. I was in the Army for 7.5 years. I have 2 deployments to Iraq, both for about 15 months.
I am Dr. Javier Gomez. I am a specialist, 4th class in the United States Army.
My name is Maurice Davis. I enlisted in the United States Coast Guard in 1981, served to 1985. My rank was a 1st class officer, radioman.
My name is Sean Griffin, and my retired rank is Staff Sergeant, United States Army.
My name is Kendra Robinson. I served in the United States Air Force for 5 years. I was a senior airman. I did make Staff Sergeant, but I elected to get out before I received that rank.
I think my most memorable time was 2017. Went to West Africa between Chad and Niger, and that was the first time that we actually got to live amongst the local population. We lived in a small village in Niger for several months, and just eating the local food, interacting with the local population. A lot of people have this misconception that the military just goes and we just fight wars, and that's definitely part of what we do. But a lot of times the lives that we change and the people that we help isn't as showcased as it should be, in my opinion.
One of my favorite moments serving in the military was when I was overseas. I got to help people who didn't always have medical care available, and even little things like that, not just the big ones, were really important, and helping my fellow soldiers, keeping them in the fight as well.
I think my favorite experience while I was in the Army was coming home from deployment, having all your family waiting there and getting the big hugs and the tears and just the rejoining of family and friends and everything like that. That was probably my best moments while I was in the Army.
One of my favorite moments about serving was the camaraderie and the bond that I established with my fellow airmen. We were from all over the country, but we were in the same boat together. We were all the same age, learning air traffic control, which is a stressful job, but we were all in it together, and those friendships have lasted decades.
Some of my favorite memories of serving in the military are the camaraderie that I get from my peers and subordinates and some of my superiors, and just it's nice to know that whenever times are tough or bad things are going on, everybody around you is usually working towards the same goal.
There was once when we were in the Pacific out of San Francisco Bay, a mother had fell overboard, and she had 3 kids that were still on their small vessel, and we searched and we searched, and finally we found her alive, and just bringing her back to the shore and her kids waiting on her really touched my heart and let me feel that the job that we were performing was worthy of it.
What does freedom mean? Wow, that's a pretty profound question. It's not just the ability to do what you want, when you want, how you want it, because that's not entirely true. There are laws and everything that govern our actions. Freedom.
I think some of the things that people take for granted as a civilian that these soldiers are doing in the name of freedom is there's a lot of time that these soldiers are giving up, time from their own family and time from their extended family, and a lot of people just take for granted that the military is doing what it does because that's what it wants to do, and they forget that the military is there because it's a necessity and everybody has to do it. And if the military ever comes across a time when people don't want to be a part of it or assume that the military is kind of unnecessary, I don't know where we would be as a civilization.
This country represents freedom. Being able to serve in the military, the number of years that I want to serve in the military, that's freedom. Being able to serve in the military as a uniformed personnel, still wearing the uniform that I wore in the 80s. Serving as a civilian in the Department of Defense, that's freedom, because you are, everything you do daily, 24 hours a day, you are a soldier or a DoD personnel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on leave. Everything that you do in that time helps to maintain the freedom of our nation and also the freedom of our allies.
Freedom means to me the choices, not necessarily the easy choices, but the hard choices that we are allowed to have. Some people in other countries don't get those choices. They are forced to do things that they might not want to do or do not agree with. And I believe freedom here in America means that I can disagree with you. I can have a different opinion, or I can do something or say something that you might not like, but it's my freedom to do so. And I can do that, and you can have your opinion also, but we can still be friends and we can still come together and know that we share that freedom together.
The majority of military members, are the best of America, and it means a lot to me to have the opportunity to go to different places, a place where only thing they've seen about America is, a TV show that may have come on 20 years ago, and to show them that, we're not necessarily that, we care about our loved ones, we're no different than anyone else as far as that goes, we care about our loved ones, we care about our neighbors, we care about, people who are hurting, people who are doing well, we're the same, and just to have the opportunity to be the one that showcases that means a lot to me.
Sergeant Heather Connor.
I'm a Petty Officer First Class Samuel Malone, U.S. Navy Reserve.
My name is Kendra Robinson, a Senior Airman in the United States Air Force veteran, and happy Veterans Day.
My name is Dr. Javier Gerardo Gomez. I am a Specialist 4th Class in the United States Army. Happy Veterans Day.
My name is Sean Griffin. I'm a retired Staff Sergeant from the United States Army, and I would like to wish you all a happy Veterans Day.
My name is Maurice Davis, United States Coast Guard Radyman, First Class, Semper Paratus.
Hi, my name is Michael Fix. I was a Specialist E4 in the United States Army, and happy Veterans Day. Appreciate all that you guys do and will do in your lives.